It's Adam from Krav Maga Northern Beaches, and I'm going through one of the most common questions that I get asked by parents. These are parents that are maybe just signed up with a Krav Maga program or looking at investing in a Krav Maga program or martial arts program. Parents often ask me, by uptaking Krav Maga, will my child become more aggressive or violent and be using their Krav Maga skills, on others, such as a sibling or friends or family? And there's a few things I always say to these parents is, well, it depends on a few factors. Are they already doing it or not? If they are, they may continue. So maybe they haven't had the education at home as to what to do with their emotions and how to control them. The other main factor is their age. So generally, if a child is younger, they may be lashing out a little more, which is just natural behavior. So if you have a child that's 3, 4, 5 years old, sometimes they don't have the communication skills to diffuse a situation or communicate how they are feeling. So generally, when they are frustrated or angry, they'll lash out with some form of action, such as hitting someone else. You generally see this in toddlers. And this is just because they haven't actually developed parts of their brain to actually deal with that emotion, and they're just really frustrated and communicating that frustration, and they don't have the communication skills to do so. So there's many things that I say to parents. The other thing is their gender as well. Generally, boys at that younger age, from 4 up until 10 years old, or even teenage boys, develop a lot of rough play, and this is a natural part of their development. So boys are always wrestling each other, and girls as well, but more so you do notice that boys are always sort of playing rough with their dad or mum or other friends, and this is just a natural part of their progression into manhood. And learning, boundaries and things like that within their friends. So really, this is what I say to parents. The first thing is that often a lot of violence stems from fear. So, if a child has, past trauma or fear, or they have a lot of fear within themselves or anxiety, sometimes they may lash out. However, what we actually do in Krav Maga is we help actually reduce that fear. And we do this in many different ways. So the first thing that we really emphasize is having a sense of self-control. We do this in the classes through having a clear structure, practicing different methods such as breathing exercises, and making sure that the child has a connection between their body and what they're doing. Other than that, the structure of the class and the environment is, relatively disciplined. So, you have a mentor or instructor, we have rules within the club, and there's a set structure to how things are done. So it's not really an environment for lashing out or emotionally expressing frustration and anger. If it is, if you have a good mentor or instructor, they're really good at bringing a child back in, discussing their emotions, and making sure that their behavior is on track in their Krav Maga classes. And then we have a lot of respect in the environment. So we have respect for our partners, for the instructor that you're taking your Krav Maga training with, and then parents and family and friends. And this is often taught. So if you have a really good club, you'll be teaching these principles such as respect, discipline, patience, meditation, and breathing within your classes. All of these things will help reduce anxiety and fear. And as I said earlier, violence stems from that fear or anxiety. So if a child has all of these mechanisms and tools to reduce it, it's going to help them be a little bit calmer. At the same time, work on communication skills when they do have some frustration in their life. The other thing is, in a really good club, like we have at Krav Maga Northern Beaches, we really work on having a team environment. So everyone's connected, everyone's on the same page, everyone's motivated, and we create a safe structure for children. We want to make the environment as warm, welcoming, and safe for anyone. So when they come into a class and they are practicing some tip fighting or something like that, they feel safe. It's a game. It's enjoyable. They're learning their self-control. They're doing it in a respectful way. And we have really clear rules and boundaries when we are in class. And we don't even tolerate any violence within class. So if someone is being a little bit frustrated or not really participating in a nice way, we'll pull them aside and say, hey, what's going on? Sometimes it's got more to do with what's going on emotionally than it does with the other person. So if you have a club that has clear rules, a good structure, a good mentor, it's going to help reduce a lot of someone's anxieties and help increase self-control, discipline, and respect, as I said earlier. The other thing in our club and most clubs that I see around the world is we practice prevention. So we teach children what to do if a situation escalates, how to diffuse the situation, walking away, who you can draw upon to help you resolve the matter, whether it be a teacher, family, friend, whoever it is. And at the same time, practicing verbal skills, telling someone to leave you alone or some type of preventive measure without using the art of fighting. So as we say to the kids, it's the art of fighting without fighting. So we're developing them into having these phenomenal physical skills at the same time practicing meditation, and then the aim is eventually not to use it. And a lot of that comes from having the confidence within themselves. If they're really confident and they're a strong individual, no one will actually want to harass them because they know that they're a very strong, mature, confident individual person. So someone that is a bully will stay away from them. So by building that confidence within someone in knowing how to prevent a situation or fight, they'll actually avoid fights in the first hand. And if anything, we develop them into leaders to actually prevent it happening for other people and stand up for other people. And then the last thing is it's a great outlet for energy. So, people are running around in classes, having heaps of fun, outlet of a lot of energy. They generally are more relaxed and calmer as a result. If they are practicing some sparring and things like that, that's an environment for them to practice their skills in a safe, structured environment with a good mentor or coach. So these are some reasons that I think, martial arts or a Krav Maga system is great for kids because it really, as I said before, develops that discipline in a safe, controlled environment. And if you have a great instructor and a great club, it's a great way to promote that confidence within children. And these are many of the things that I've observed over the last 20 years of my training. So I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope that answers your question. If you have any questions, feel free to email us, info@kravmaganorthernbeaches.com.au. Stay safe. See you at the club.